video. Let's get started here. But before we get started, as always, got to keep my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's go. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
All right, guys, welcome. What's up, crypto warriors? What is up, Black Roo Crew? Back for another Saturday edition of the Black Roo Investing Show here on the Gentleman of Crypto. We are going to talk about BRICS officially abandons the dollar, Disney and BTC point of sale payments, Ripple news, and also I promised last week we do a call-ins. So right after I finish everything else, I will get the invite guest thing up and going, and we can do some call-ins. So, call in about whatever Bitcoin related or, crypto related. We'll talk about it. Let's share the screen here. Boom, 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 boom. Type screen, share audio. And what's up, Crypt Work? What's up, Natish? Let's see here. So let's see where we want to start today. Let's start. What's up, Kenneth Carter? Let's start with the BRICS news. Okay. BRICS to officially abandon the dollar. So we kind of knew this already, right? We've discussed it on the show how BRICS has already got that in motion. What they're pretty much using is the digital yuan instead of the dollar, okay, for trade. What does that mean for us in the US? That means that, basically having our money be as good as gold for other countries. Instead of using gold, they can use the US dollar. That is now going to be severely lessened. That we might not feel effects of that today or tomorrow, but down the line, we will feel the effect of that. So a lot of people out here who just think they should hold on to dollars. I know that's kind of the popular thought. Hold on to dollars, hold on to dollars. There are entire countries that are no longer holding on to dollars or no longer going to use the dollar as trade. So that's something that should really concern us as far as the value of the dollar is concerned. Okay. Now, officially, I know that Russia and China, they're going to use the digital yuan. China and Brazil. And I think it's like a couple other ones that China has already signed that deal with. Okay. So we will eventually effects of this. And you already know we're seeing the effects of inflation because so much money, dollars have been printed due to stimulus packages and all of that. So, yeah, I don't think this bodes well for the dollar. However, I think this does bode well for cryptocurrency because if these countries decide to back a cryptocurrency, a CBDC, buy gold, buy Bitcoin, that bodes well for cryptocurrency. If the dollar's worth less, that actually bodes well for Ethereum, BTC. Okay. If these countries do CBDCs, they may use something like Ripple for settlement. Case in point, Ripple Consensus participate in MasterCard program to promote CBDC innovation. So we know Consensus is ran by JP Morgan. They're the money men behind them, and they are the people that build um, not only what is it? I keep wanting to say MoneyGram, but that's not it. MetaMask. MetaMask, they also are the people behind Ethereum. Okay. So imagine now MasterCard that does payments around the world. You can take your MasterCard anywhere and probably pretty much can use it point of sale, right? Now imagine they're working with Ripple, they're working with Consensus, and that just really goes to cement Ripple's case in being a part of this world financial reset, if you will, right? And Consensus's place in a world financial reset bodes very well for Ethereum and Ripple. Okay. Um, Here they say payment processor has enlisted a range of market players in its quest for innovation and efficiencies in the technology that 93% of central banks are investigating. And that's probably some type of number there. You know how they like to use their numbers to kind of symbolize things. And we'll get into that more later as well. Okay. Um, so MasterCard is forming a partnership with 7 prominent blockchain and payment technology providers to bring a greater understanding of benefits and limitations of central bank digital currencies. It announced on the August 17th. Okay. MasterCard did not share specific plans for the group, but mentioned many current buzzwords in the CBDC sphere, excuse me, security, privacy, interoperability, private sector, driving innovation and efficiencies. For example, MasterCard head of digital assets and blockchain, Raj Drama Moharan, might have got that like mostly right, said in a statement, as we look ahead towards a digitally driven future, it will be essential that the value held as CBDC is easy to use as other forms of money. Okay. And this gets into one article that we share a lot on here where we see Ripple starting a platform for central banks to use CBDCs. So we can almost imagine Ripple as a settlement currency, right? And that's going to get us into another thing that we're going to talk about later. Ripple starts platform for central banks to use CBDCs. So all of this is just connecting together in a nice connection. Okay. Now, let's go see who we got in the chat. Again, we're going to have questions and we're going to put out I don't know why it says we have connection issues. Let me close some things down. We're going to put out the link for people to call in. I probably should have put that in the title, but I forgot. Um, so sorry about that. Kind of burying the lead on that one. But yeah. So let me close those down. Let me close myself down over here. Okay, that should make us better here. What's up, Michelle Tucker? What's up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? What's up, Bitcoin Shango? What's up, Smitty Farms? Yeah, be sure to hit that like, y'all. It just helps spread everything around and it's completely free. Gotta love that. So yeah. So here, let's take a look and transition here to Disney and BTC point of sale payments. Okay. This is going to be from the Paul Barron Network. I love the work that Paul does. Definitely come over here and check out the full episode. Disney using Litecoin payments, Litecoin network in trouble. Yeah, Paul, I like it that he gives you the facts. He's not really trying to shield much to you. And if he does, he'll let you know, like, it's in the corner or whatever. And he doesn't make like grandiose statements like, you know, Bitcoin this much. You know, he's just giving you the facts and lets you come to your own conclusion. That I like that, and I try to do the same here with our show. But yeah, so let's see what he says here. I believe I have the volume turned up. Let me make sure. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, volume is turned up. I believe I preset us to where I want us to be here. Yes. Okay. So let's take a look at this. And he's going to say something that I'm going to disagree with. And I'm going to show you guys why as soon as this is done.
The future. I want to jump into this right here. Bitcoin Lightning Network payments now arrive in the United Kingdom. And this is, of course, integrated with Lolli point of sale. A couple of highlights I'll go in here. Introduction of Lightning support to Lolli's POS terminals was made. Let me zoom in on that for you guys. Was made possibly by a strategic partnership between Coin Corner, a leading player in the Bitcoin and Lightning Network space, and Lolli, which is the point of sale company, and a software house in the hotel industry. Now, what does this mean for point of sale as a whole? Because remember, point of sale is a big industry that runs all of the world's retail. It doesn't matter what country you're using a POS. And there's a lot to that. I'll get into a little bit of that and what this might mean for the future. I want to play a clip for you just quickly, just to show you. I'm going to mute this so I can talk over it a little bit. This is Lolli actually.
So pretty huge that like Bitcoin point of sale, we already kind of know that that's already a thing with Strike, right? Strike's making that pretty big around the world. You know, Jack Dorsey has been trying to do that a lot with Square, with Block. And he's trying to get into other stuff with Nostr. That's a different conversation. But Bitcoin being used for point of sale would be very, very cool. I think Bitcoin is mostly going to be used as a store of value, i.e. digital gold. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later, but let's continue on to what he's saying here with the point of sale. Let me go back just a little bit here and go.
A little bit of that and what this might mean for the future. I want to play a clip for you just quickly, just to show you. I'm going to mute this so I can talk over it a little bit. This is Lolli actually showcasing how this would be utilized. Now, granted, this is a mock-up. This is not a real retailer, but this is a mock-up of how the QR code initiation, there's the Lightning Network being used. Boom, you've got Lightning payments. You know, Jack Mallers has shown this a couple of times in different aspects. Again, go back to that screen real quick because I want to show this. Is it 0.25 seconds? This is a transaction speed. Now, granted, in a closed environment, in an environment in which it is a lab opportunity, this is the best I think you could get to. But you put this in a real world environment where you're starting to see a queue, meaning a line queue for retail, the amount of speed in which that has to transact is going to be significantly compared to that of credit cards, which is right now fairly fast in terms of transactions per second. So this is a big deal going forward. Here was Lolli's website. I'll just kind of scan over here a little bit on some of the companies that you can kind of see here that are utilizing it. There is not a lot of major companies until you get into Disney. Disney, of course, is recognized on the Lolli website. Other things I want to hit on right here is Disney themselves, and this just looks at their overall revenue. They seem to be
okay. And he also says, you know, I would say Vodafone is also a major company. He doesn't mention them, but they were in that list. Somewhere along the lines here, we're not going to listen to the whole thing. He says that he doesn't really think that Bitcoin might be great for store value. Maybe it's right here. Let's see if we can listen to this part as well.
Hold it. We'll see. The other thing that's kind of interesting is just POS. Interestingly enough, when I started my tech journey, I started in the POS industry and I worked for Microsoft. And part of it was understanding the ecosystem. I would have never dreamed that this market could have become this big. Point of sale software market expected 13.4 billion. That's in 2023. Global market size for POS terminals, 103 billion. That's the hardware. This is the hardware. Square controls around 30% of the POS market right now. This is still a very new entry. And probably this is kind of the iPad era of point of sale. Toast is another one major player in the hospitality industry. Lightspeed is in there. Clover, a very small player. First Data, which is Fiserv, one of the other ones that play into it. But then you have all of the others, which are, you know, projects like IBM, Aloha, etc., that make up 30%, and that's where Lolli would fit into. So it's still a sliver of the point of sale market. So there is a lot of integration here yet to be done. I think Square obviously is going to be the one to target. Toast would be another one too. I think, you know, I actually know some of them guys over at Toast, and that would be another one that would be interesting for crypto integration for sure. Further into this, Blockstream's core Lightning ad splicing, which is
okay. I guess he gets into it a little bit later, but I disagree with him on the whole Bitcoin not being a store value thing. Case in point, We got here. Where is it? Oman unveils a 1.1 billion investment in Bitcoin mining. So this is, and if you go down and read the article, you'll understand that they're basically expanding their mining efforts. So it says Oman Bitcoin mining facility will grow to 800 MW and use gas from oil fields that's usually flared. So again, so the optimum point there is that Oman's Bitcoin mining facility will grow. So it already existed. They're just expanding it here. So why would they be expanding Bitcoin mining facilities if this is not going to be something that's going to be around? Okay. Second point here, you guys know I like to talk about the quote unquote conspiracy stuff, right? This is not conspiracy, what I'm going to talk about now when I get into the area of Gematria. And Gematria is just using numbers to represent letters, okay, for words. And the reason I say this is not conspiracy is because we already do this with coding. Anybody who's a coder will tell you you'll take the words, whatever words you use to compile, like make your code, that syntax, right? That's exactly like writing a paragraph in whatever language you're talking about, or a poem or an essay, right? You just have certain syntax rules for it. And that compiles down to binary code, which is zeros and ones. And those zeros and ones are put into bytes, which are like from 0 to 15, like they're on and off, and they represent a number. So that's basically gematria. You're taking words and you're making them into zeros and ones, and those zeros and ones get translated to a certain number in bytes. That is literally gematria. So there's like no, like almost, there's no conspiracy in this. This is already used and it's used for coding. Okay. So there's something to understand and get here when you see patterns. Okay. And these Davos people, these and those people that run in those circles, those World Economic Forum circles, they understand the use of gematria. They understand the use of symbols. They understand the use of these things. Okay, so something I want to point out here. So, Bitcoin is actually one of those X coins, like XDC, XRP, XLM. The ISO, International Standards Organization, already has an abbreviation for Bitcoin. They call it XBT, okay? They also have an abbreviation for gold. They call it XAU. Another thing to very much understand here is the IMF, they have this thing called special drawing rights. Its code is XDR. And this is basically kind of almost, you can almost call it a generic world currency that they use behind closed doors for themselves in between central banks as a kind of generic note. You can go in here and read it. Just look up special drawing rights. It's pegged to the dollar, the euro, the Chinese yuan, Japanese yen, pound sterling. So it's almost like a generic currency they use behind closed doors themselves. And its code, given by the ISO standards and the International Monetary Fund, is XDR. Okay. Now, and here we go. ISO currency code for it is XDR. So Now, if you go and look at these, here's what you're going to notice. Both XDR, XAU, and XBC have the same numbers, except for this 19 here. But 19, when you reduce it, 1 plus 9 is 10. Okay, so just basically same numbers. Okay, for the ordinal cipher, you got different ciphers, just like you got different compilers, right? Different compilers and code generation that compile the zeros and ones down to a different value. Okay, that's basically all this is. Okay, so we got 46, 10, 35, 17. And if you look at the Shaitanic, okay, 151. Okay, so it seems to me that the people who do these standards, the ISO standards and the International Monetary Fund standards, already recognize Bitcoin and gold as being synonymous. Okay, they already do that. So to me, that's already telling me they equate them as almost the same thing. Okay, and this is hugely telling. Another thing I can show you here is the relationship between these other X's, right? XLM, XDC, and XRP. You're going to notice some of the same number relationships between these guys. So right here, we have reduction 22. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. Reverse 23, that's 5. In Gematria, you kind of ignore the 0. So that's 5 as well. That's 5 again. 14, 14. Standard 6, 7. 607, 670. Latin, okay, Latin's a little different for XDC. It's the same for XRP and XLM. It adds up to 8. But reverse standard, 5, another 5. You can't make this stuff up, right? You can't make this stuff up. Satanic, all 1 and some form of 9. Like, it's insane. And right here you see basically 13 for these for ordinal. 1, 3 right here. 5 plus 8 is 13, and then 4 plus 9 is 13. It's crazy. Okay, so obviously, and we already know these are connected because they're ISO coins. They are heavily connected with the World Economic Forum. Literally, there's some extra juju going on here, right? I don't know. What do you guys think about that, right? What's up, Reno Gamble? Been a while, bro. Been around a while, bro. What's up? $151 sounds fun, like some Bacardi. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But let me go ahead and grab this link. I've never done this before, guys. So if this doesn't work out, if I don't like bring you in the right way or something work, like we're gonna learn how to do this together. Is basically what I'm saying. Okay, so feel free to call in, question or ask any questions. Question what I said there. What do you think about this Gematria connection? What's your feeling on Gematria, right? What do you think about what's going on with Ripple here? What do you think about any of the connections that we made today? We'll see if we get any guests here. But yeah, Bitcoin's still kind of moving sideways at 26, a nice little pullback value. If we go over and look at it. On the week chart, it is definitely oversold. So you think it'd be close to bouncing back up, which kind of makes a lot of sense because if we look at the moon phases, right? We have a full moon here coming up on the 30th. And that's usually around the time it goes bullish, right after the full moon. Bitcoin tends to be a little bullish. So that might be something to look out for coming up here. We'll see if it catches up. All right. If it's just a little blip, or like it actually does something, or it goes lower. Yes. Litecoin did go down after their halving. What's up, Italia? Great. Yeah, man. Let me check out some of these comments. What did I miss here? Got those. Yeah, man. Disney and BTC was like a jazim. They are really going to be hurting for funds if they got to be really hurting for funds if they came to us. That's pretty funny. Disney is one of those companies where it's like I definitely don't see them going anywhere. They're like so embedded into the fabric of America. And if you want to get like real down and dirty with it, like knowing like did Walt Disney do some special things for the US? We already know that Disney, the Disneyland, whichever one in Florida, they're like basically their own city. They have special rules. I know there was like a petition to get rid of some of those special rules, but I think they still have their like real special rules in that city. Like it's its own city, able to operate. It's how it sees fit, which just shows you Disney's place in America, right? Yeah, Litecoin did go down after the halving, which actually makes it a really good buy where it's sitting right now. To me, extremely, extremely great buy where it's sitting right now. Every bull run, we've seen Litecoin go up to the tune of a great amount, right? This is like the worst chart. Can we get a better chart, please? Coinbase. Okay, perfect. So we can see in 2017, it topped out at 300 something. 2021, another top out at 300 something. So what can we expect here? I mean, you can already see that in the years that it topped out at 300 something, it was around about the same price or lower, actually. So it being at 65 right now, I don't think it's too much of a concern. It's just at a nice discount. Ooh, my mouse keeps going haywire on me. My apologies. In and out of the chitty chat, trying to get ready for a birthday party tonight. That's cool. That's really cool. Thanks for coming through, even though you got responsibilities. We always appreciate that around here. So with Bitcoin blockchain nation, that's the business. Indeed. I don't know much about it, but I heard GameSpot is planning to use NFTs on the blockchain in order to, for people to sell used games. That's pretty interesting. Very interesting there. I mean, GameStop. It's only a matter of time until these guys actually do stuff like that. Really, it makes a lot of sense. And it's really going to make sense on those, like, what do you call them? MMOP or something? MMNO games. Those really, really like large games like the World of Warcraft and all of this where items are really important. I can really see those being NFTs and like people really getting immersed in the game. Like I could really see there being like metaverses where people just like really got immersed in those, like sort of like Sword Art Online that we see the anime of and stuff like that, where people just literally kind of just live in there. What's up, Crypto in Focus? MMO RPG. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. What's up, Manosphere Hall of Fame? What's up, GT Nuts? Well, have you heard anything new about Atari? I think that may be one to watch, by the way. I think Atari is finally listed on Coinbase. I thought Coinbase said they were going to list them. Atari, I believe, is on both metaverses, most of the big metaverses, like the Decentraland, Sandbox. They're on both of those. So Atari's definitely setting themselves up to be a metaverse player. I believe they have a casino. Excuse me. I believe they have a casino in Decentraland. They may have one in Sandbox as well. I don't know why they're coming up here. Why they're not coming up here while I thought for sure they have a Atari coin. Am I spelling it wrong? Hmm. Sanko is dropping RuneScape on Arbitrum soon. Thoughts at Sand? Sand is at a really good low right now itself. I believe Sand might have been one of the ones that I had on the patrons list this week or for this last week. Shout out to the patrons. Yeah, Sand is at a really good value right now. If you're looking to scoop up some sand and you thought it was too high, this is definitely, you can see it right here. And this is exactly why I put it on the list for the patrons. It has not been this low in about 2 years. So, yeah. And if we add some extra indicators here, yeah, it's just down in the dust. Like it did pop back up for a hot second, but yeah. So if you're looking to kind of pick up some sand for the first time in forever, you can see here on the RSI is really suffering for the week. Now might be the time to start scooping it up and building that bag. Like if we go lower, so what? You still got it at 32 cents, right? Yeah. Yeah, and this was on the list for the patrons this week. Shout out to the patrons. You really make this shit channel go. I really appreciate it. Try to draw a straight line here. Yeah, two years since we've seen 33-cent sandbox. That's as straight as I'm going to get that line for right now. Okay, CoinGecko. Okay, let me see. I'm already over here to Masari. Let me just try it here since I got here. Okay, there we go. Is it going to list the price though? It might still have to go over to CoinGecko. Okay. Bittrex, Bitforex, PancakeSwap, SwissSwap hit BTC. I know Coinbase is talking about listing Atari. They were also talking about listing VeChain, which would be amazing. VeChain's another one out here that might be one to look at. CoinGecko. Smitty Farms, Atari, Wrapped ETH. VeChain is also one to watch too. Yep, that's what I was thinking. VeChain is looking good, especially if Coinbase lists it. They've had some more deals come out, like deals with, I believe it was Cardano and Singularity.net. So very interesting. Singularity.net's been out here just doing stuff too. Deals with Conflux, deals with VeChain. They're kind of trying to get themselves into China, BRICS nations country, right? So it's looking pretty interesting. Looking pretty interesting. Let's kind of not sleep on Cardano and Cardano projects, right? Here we go. So Masari did show us properly. Yeah, it'd be nice if they listed on Coinbase. Let's see if we can see that. I could have sworn that something where Coinbase said they were going to possibly list. Let me just look that up right quick so I'm not giving you guys the wrong information. I did say I think, but I wanna just give some more clarity. Coinbase lists Coca-Cola and Atari ahead of base mainnet launch. Okay. So Tari's kind of making some inroads with those guys. Maybe that means that they may list them too. That would be awesome. ADA hasn't been this low since January 2021. That is another one I believe that I put on their list as well. Yeah, ADA's looking really good right now. And the best thing about it with these ones like ADA and Litecoin, right? We already know they have a track record. Okay. That's like it reminds me of a show that I might make for you guys. It's like, okay, I know we're always looking for the home run, but a lot of times maybe it's okay to just hit a single or a double, right? We already know ADA's been to $2. This is like easy kind of 10x to put in your pocket, right? Excuse me. Don't know what's up with me. Just keep burping over here. Yeah, man. So it's just a good time right now. Just a good time. And now's the time while things are boring. Now's the time while it's really, really, really boring to kind of scoop these things up. Now's the time while it's boring to invest in the Patreon. Because I know a lot of people will start investing when like things go up, and that's really the worst time because you want to kind of build your bags and stuff right now while things are low. That's just the deal there. Yep. 8-2. So, and again, we kind of see the whole symmetry type of deal going on here. Amazing how things work like that, right? Whole principle rhythm thing, right? Where we looked at with the hermetic principles. Crazy. It just works on everything. That's how you know it's like kind of that's how you know it's true. You can see it with your own eyes. It's like, okay, yeah, that's there might be something to that. You know? All right, cool guys. Didn't have too many questions today, but a nice information-packed show. We'll be back at it on Tuesday. Feel free to join the Telegram. I put links in the Telegram in the description. It's completely free. Why take on the crypto world by yourself when you can do it together with a group of friends? We share information in here. We constantly pin stuff. People ask questions. Like my guy, Mate Kumba asked a question and many people weighed in on it. Like, I think he was asking, what do you think about a couple different coins? Shout out to E. He's our moderator in there. He does a really good job. Yeah, guys, definitely join the Telegram if you haven't already. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys Tuesday. Peace out. Have a good one, guys. Peace.